So it was 1997. I had submitted 200 resumes. Back in that day, management consultancy was a very lucrative career. It still is. It was a very sought-after career. And in the UK, I'm from the UK, by the way, it was the top three, I think law, finance, and management consultancy were the top three in industries that graduates would go into. 200 people would apply for each job. So I did the traditional things. I went to events like this. I spoke to people from my careers service. I went on, I actually went outside people's organizations' buildings and waited so that I could tell my story. I didn't have a first. I had a 2-1 back in that point, my first degree, and it was anthropology and sociology. I looked around and I thought, I'm never going to get anywhere, because there's people from Oxford and Cambridge, and they've got so much money behind them, and they've got firsts, and they're not even getting jobs. So what did I do? I decided to go and get a master's. So I was sponsored by something called the European Social Fund, and they gave me about £10,000, which was a lot of money back then, to do a piece of research. I had no idea what I was going to do. So over the summer I thought about it, and I did a 2 years master degree. At the end of that degree, I started thinking, well, okay, my job hunting isn't successful, what am I going to do? So I sent my research thesis off to a minister back in the UK for the Department for Education and Skills. And at that time, they were trying to introduce a concept to eradicate sexual orientation discrimination from the workplace. So I started as a research analyst and basically worked with the minister. They didn't have a job. I went in, I presented my thesis, and basically I was charming enough for them to say, okay, why don't you do this for 6 months? 6 months later, on a very low salary, I was off. Someone said to me, this project is finished. Do you know anything about project management? No idea about project management. So over the weekend, and the key theme I want to leave you guys with is the concept of resourcefulness, okay? Overcoming difficulties by being very quick, calculated, and innovative with the way that you approach your job hunt, and the way that you leverage your skills as a Bachelor of Arts, whatever you're majoring in, whatever you're minoring in. So someone said, are you interested in this role in project management? Have you done it before? Yeah, and there was a little bit of lying, because I thought, I'm never going to get this opportunity if I don't lie. Now, I don't advocate lying, on record, by the way, I don't advocate lying. But what I did do, which I would encourage everyone to do, is I spent about 3 or 4 days swatting up on project management. And in I come on Monday morning, and I'm managing a $15 million project. I had no idea what I was doing. So fast forward, 16 years later, I've worked for firms like Deloitte, I've worked for firms like Ernst & Young, Capgemini, Accenture. The ability to take huge volumes of statistical data and be able to analyze it in a complex way, but present the results in a simple, easy to understand way. That's the first thing I've learned. Second, I've learned how to engage with people. I understand the culture, the way to motivate people. I understand dynamics within organizations, within groups. I know how to make people feel good. The type of consultancy I do is people and organizational change. So I come in when things go wrong, when they say, oh, it's the soft and fluffy guys that come in to help with the people and change. It's absolutely essential to any successful venture. So, Bachelors of Arts in Social Anthropology and Sociology, I was able to understand what made people tick and able to present findings. I've sat on both sides, so I've recruited people and I've been the person trying to find the job. And I've been in those situations where you get 20 people in a room and you're all doing a case study and they're all saying, one person is always the loudest in the room. We know who they are. They're always the person that's saying, well, I'm going to be the leader of this group. I'm going to do this. Trust me, those guys are the most insecure people you'll find. So my message to you is be authentic, be yourself, be resourceful. So don't be like me and say, 200 applications later, what am I going to do? Try and learn from this experience, some of the experience you're hearing from these great presenters as well, and basically turn it around so that you, rather, the title of this is, what can I do with a BA? Turn it around. What do I want to do with a BA? And that's the last message I'd like to leave you with. Thank you for listening.